This video tutorial will look at the difference between ionic bonds and covalent bonds. Let's start by looking at the structure of an atom and how to draw it. Firstly, what is the difference between a proton, a neutron, and an electron? And what is the difference between an atom and an ion? Knowing this will help you draw atoms a lot easier. Let's draw an oxygen atom, chemical symbol O, which is number 8 on the periodic table. What does being number 8 on the periodic table mean in terms of the structure? For our purposes, it means oxygen has 8 electrons. And if it has 8 electrons, then it also has 8 protons because atoms have no charge. We start by drawing the nucleus with the chemical symbol which contains protons and electrons. Next, the first valence shell. How many electrons do we want? This is followed by the next valence shell that has up to 8 electrons. But oxygen only has 8 electrons in total. That's an oxygen atom. Have a think about the difference between an ionic bond and a covalent bond. We will start with an ionic bond and combine sodium and chlorine atoms. Let's start by drawing each atom separately. Sodium nucleus with chemical symbol Na is number 11 on the periodic table. First valence shell, 2 electrons. Second valence shell, 8 electrons, and third valence shell, 1 left to make 11. And chlorine is number 17. First valence shell, second valence shell, and third valence shell to make 17. Let's have a look at these unhappy atoms. Why are they unhappy? And what could make each happy? The sodium atom would like to lose the electron in its last valence shell, and the chlorine atom would like to gain an electron in its last valence shell. So when they form ions which have a charge, we see this happen. And the final result looks like this. Sodium has now lost 1 electron or negative charge, so has 11 protons, but only 10 electrons, so has a positive charge. Chlorine is the opposite. It now has gained 1 electron or negative charge, so it has 17 protons and 18 electrons, so has a negative charge. Ionic bonds is the giving and receiving of electrons, whereas covalent bonds is the sharing of electrons. Remember, the goal is still the same, to complete the outer valence shell. Let's combine 2 hydrogen atoms with a covalent bond. Hydrogen has the chemical symbol H and is number 1 on the periodic table. Therefore, it has 1 electron in the first valence shell. The second hydrogen is the same. What would make these 2 atoms happy? Both are looking for 2 electrons in their valence shell and do this by sharing. This is what 2 hydrogen atoms look like combined. Have a look at methane gas with 1 carbon atom, which is number 6 on the periodic table, and 4 hydrogen atoms. How will they combine covalently? Remember also covalent bonds can share more than 1 electron. Here are 2 oxygen atoms wanting to form a covalent bond. How will they come together? This time each oxygen shares 2 electrons to make 8 in their outer valence shell. I hope this helps your learning of atoms, ions, covalent and ionic bonds.